Welcome to 40 Story Radio Tower. 40 Story Radio Tower is an artist-led audio and visual-focused production company that runs it live through play scripts, storytelling, fiction, poetry, music, and more. 40 Story Radio Tower. Audio, visual-focused. Play scripts, storytelling, fiction, poetry, music, and more. 40 Story Radio Tower. Radio Tower.
Panic is all about, Mother. It's only a bump.
Probably got it when we were banging.
Stella, you know I don't like that kind of talk. It shows poor breeding.
Probably good to get it looked at, though.
How was the glide over?
Not bad. The protests are pretty mild this time of day.
Plus, the wave said the bulk was moving toward the river.
It always lightens up around Christmas anyway.
Shoppers don't have time to riot.
Had time to get a negative rating on iSanta.
And Black Friday, worse than ever. When will we become a civil society? When?
Really?
How's the glass on the new vehicle?
Great. Every bullet glanced, not a scratch.
Hardly even shutters.
I still worry.
Well, what can you do?
Stay in like I do.
Thomas, how are you feeling?
Fine, actually.
Lightheaded? Dizzy?
No.
I need you to lie back in this chair for me. Rest your head there in that saddle. There we are. Let me lock you in here.
What does it do?
I'm just going to take a magnetic resonance. See what's going on in that bunk.
You're going to be fine, darling.
Is she staying in?
No.
Yes, I am.
No. This is for family only.
Why don't you go home, miss? We'll catch you up later.
I am family.
She is family.
Doctor, she's not even...
Stella.
The hell I will. I'm staying.
You don't have a choice, dear.
Is this more serious than what you're telling me?
Well, I haven't had a chance to...
Thomas, what did we decide? I'm staying.
Young lady.
She stays.
Thomas!
I, Thomas Jones, under the full faculty of my senses, state 3 times, Stella Lorraine is legally family. Stella Lorraine is legally family. Stella Lorraine is legally family.
Well, it's done now, ma'am.
You'll regret this, Thomas. Why don't you just go out there and welcome any old camp dweller into our family?
Stella is not a camp dweller, Mother. We're staying together.
Fine.
Really, Miss Jones?
I said fine. I don't care. Really, I don't.
I don't bite, Miss Jones.
Call me Mother, please. Your family. Call me Mother.
Would you like a Memorex, Miss Jones?
No, really, I'm fine. It's just a big step for me.
A Relaxatrol?
I'm fine. I'm prepared.
Mother, you're making me nervous. What do you see, Doctor?
Please, don't resist the clamps.
It's going to be fine, Thomas.
You're sure?
Of course. I've known this day was coming for 21 years now.
21 years? Known what?
Happy birthday, darling.
Still want to stay?
Is this?
What 21 years?
Darling, relax. I want you to think of the good times. This can be the most peaceful moment of your life.
Oh my god.
Young lady, please.
Oh my god. Is this what I think?
Still want her in the family, son?
You're not a doctor, are you?
Actually, I'm overqualified. This is side work for me.
Darling, please, keep your head against the pads. I don't want to lose a single memory.
Mother, please. He's not even a doctor.
Boy, I've known you since the beginning. You're like family to me.
He's Daichii.
But I bleed.
Oh my god, that's so amazing. I knew it. I always knew Daichii were real.
Stella, he's lying.
How do we know you're not lying?
Because he's not.
I've broken limbs.
He does bleed.
I learn. I know more today than yesterday. I grow.
Explain that.
Of course he learns. He's the latest and the best. He's the real thing. I've always insisted on the best for my child.
Oh my god, that's so amazing. I always knew I'd fall in love with a Daichii. Wait, how can I be sure he's a Daichii?
Oh, we're much better now. Have you ever tripped him up?
No, I don't think so.
There's nothing to trip.
And have you ever puzzled over gaps, son? Never wondered why you don't get ill?
But I do get ill.
That's programmed in.
Please, do we have to go over all this now? I don't want these experiences on my memory memento stick.
He did have an amazing memory.
I still do.
This here is the brilliance of Fukushima Daichii.
Believe me, I know. I shopped all around.
We used to think the great barrier keeping Autobots from human was the knowledge of self-awareness. But we found the key was not to make Autobots self-aware, it was to allow humans to remain unaware.
Stella, I'm still me.
What can I do?
Thomas, please relax.
How'd you keep it a secret?
Because it's not true. Because I'm here. Because I grew up with a mother. And Stella, you. We have so much history.
You're right. Doctor, you're mistaken. Even as cool as it would have been, how do you know you've got the right...
Necessity, that whore. That mother of all invention
I resent that.
insisted, no, demanded, an improved being.
I mean, no one has been to Fukushima for what, 50 years?
55.
Miss, what do you do with a piece of highly valuable property saddled with a radioactive half-life of 100,000 years? Yes, we live in a paranoid age with everyone suspicious. And sure, the service robotics are robbing us blind, and the air is poisoned. But really, it's all in the viewpoint. One man's radioactive cloud is another man's security fence. Suddenly you have a space, a breathing room, if you will, where your workers can operate without the judgmental influences of the restless and self-righteous world. A toy factory where no one is in danger.
Like Willy Wonka for bots.
Have you ever been there?
He's human, dear.
Of course not. The only ones who can go in there are Daichii.
Which is how you've kept the secret so well.
Stella, do you believe him?
We're not Apple, vomiting our hubris and throwing a parade at every improvement we create. No, each new model slides out perfectly imperfect, decontaminated, uploaded with the simplest bonding software, and placed in the arms of the waiting and pre-screened collector.
Voila!
Are you uploading his intelligence?
Oh no, we have that already. Just the memories, a little keepsake from Mother here.
How much longer?
Let's see. He's still at 37%, about age 12.
We did do a lot those years.
Miss Jones, you're going to have to talk about him for a while yet, you understand. Check the updates, social networks, twits, you know, so you can keep up with where we sent him to school, found employment,
Stella,
who he met.
would you
when he
still
got
love me if I
married,
am Daichii?
kids,
Of course I
holidays.
do. I still do. God, baby, I love you the same as I ever did. Don't worry about me. I'm
People will
solid.
ask, you know,
Really? How long?
probably to some extent for life.
For life?
Fukushima Daichii Toy and Novelty follows an accelerated version of the Dunbar principle. So if you post, respond, less
Stella, help
and
me.
less often,
This thing's making me tired.
eventually
It's just an
he
update,
will
baby, a checkup,
disappear.
an oil change.
Except for her.
Hell, even I gotta see my
Family's
gyno
the
now and
toughest to
then.
shake.
Stella,
It's
I've been
true.
betrayed. My whole life prescribed? I want to stay with you.
You will, baby. I'm not going anywhere.
You're a bot, Thomas. You have an expiration date.
Stella, don't listen to him. Mother! Mother!
Wait, what are you talking about?
Your husband is expiring. I'm sorry, my dear.
Expiring?
Oh, dear Thomas. I love you. I really do. We all only get so much life.
As soon as we're finished with the upload...
I get a half-life.
67%, around 18. We're almost there.
Thomas, listen to me. We're gonna get out of this place. Leave this monster who's called herself your mother behind.
I get it. You're judging me. But look, when it comes down to it, it's about lifestyle. And in any case, look at the pluses. They're adorable when they're babies, and they're guaranteed to be popular in high school. They're respectful, good athletes, good looking within reason, and they don't stick around causing undue grief and heartache once they get older. They don't remind you of your age. Why would I want the burden?
And you can just stand there, Miss Jones. You're okay with all this?
And they have a great peer pressure effect.
Remember when he first brought you home? You were an out-of-control mess. Wanted revolution. But with time and care, he got you out of the revolvers and into here.
Then if it's true I have the power to regenerate, and if I could travel to Fukushima without harm, then with enough of us, we could help calm the unrest out there. We could do some good. Hey, I can help you. I can help a lot of people.
You're right.
This young lady proves my point. Not self-aware.
No. He's not going anywhere. I'll take care of him now.
Miss Jones, why did you let him fall in love?
I tried, believe me.
Complicates everything.
That's your company's glitch. Talk to your management.
This could void the warranty, and...
Are you threatening me? I still have my satisfaction survey to complete, doctor. And believe me, one call to my girlfriends and I'll yelp your whole company back into venture capital land. The first thing on Google will be Fukushima. There won't be enough renminbi in the whole continent to buy you a good review.
What if we just go away? What if I promise never to contact you? What if we just run to the streets, to the protesters? I could do that.
Oh, darling, you're too obedient.
No, I could. With Stella's help, right? You said yourself that she belonged out there. She's my guide. Calming effect. I could be beneficial. I could help calm the riots.
Sorry, son. Not possible.
Why not?
We need the riots. They feed the economy. Are you familiar with the writings of George Orwell, 1984?
I'm not sure.
I found a book of his on the streets when I was with the protests.
Did you read it?
Nah, it was boring. We burned it.
Look, Princess. One generation's Orwellian dystopia is the next generation's comfort-inducing lifestyle.
What would you do if suddenly tomorrow all the life cams went down and nobody could check in on you?
No way to iShare.
No iSpy?
The iDrone stopped flying.
Facebook, assbook, dickbook, all went down suddenly?
You don't think it will?
It won't. They would never let that happen.
Tell me, how fast would your friends cave if the Big Brother-tron went down? How many riot every time the last-minute minder crashes? Hell, they swarm if they can't Pinterest their dinner plate. These bots are the evolution of the perfected child.
That's how I could be of help. I can guard, sniff out the vulnerabilities. I remember everything I learn.
I'm sorry, Thomas, but since the robotic rebellion...
Funded by Sony Corp and Merry Maids, which no one seems willing to acknowledge.
The International Treaty of Human Domination rules against the robotic life of a non-organic species living longer than 20 years.
But I'm already 21.
False memory. You're delivered as a 1-year-old.
There were some things that were wonderful in the anti-bot bellum. You could just let the batteries run down and then put an embarrassing kid back in the closet. But now, well, with these rules and secrecy, it's also disruptive to social cohesion.
You have to understand, Thomas. The year of the uprising, humans almost lost the war.
It was a horrible time. A horrible, horrible time. Stella, you're lucky to be so young. All your original organs and all.
Stella, Mother, Don't let him.
What are we up to?
97%.
Where are you looking?
Here, you can see right here.
All my memories will be lost.
Get up, baby. Come on, we're going now.
Stella, please.
Now, we're walking out of here, and neither you nor Daichii Scab is going to stop us. You, back, stay there.
He's my son, Stella.
You gave him up. This was our marriage, and you gave him up. Every parent's got it at some point.
Young lady!
Don't young lady me. Keep your creepy old style talk for Miss Jones. Now buzz that door now.
Doctor, can't you do something? She's
There's
out of control
nothing to
here.
be done.
Stella, you can't take him. He's not programmed for the streets.
Please, young lady.
What is on my head?
Come on, Thomas. I'm getting you out of here.
It's the tape. The bandage is still stuck to his head.
That lump, swelling. Get it off! Get it off!
The bandage, miss. The bandage is medicated. It likely burns. Here, let me get it off.
Not human, right? Look at him. It looks pretty human to me.
Here, let me...
Stay back from us. I've got it. Here, baby.
Ah!
Thomas, what have you done to him?
What? You have this. You. One.
Thomas, listen, we're leaving.
Thomas, we're leaving. Thomas, we're leave. Thomas.
Thomas, look at me. I have you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm taking you away. What's wrong with him?
His memory. He can no longer learn. You're just hearing battery echo.
Oh, my poor baby.
Baby.
He was such a sweet, sweet boy. Never gave me any reason to worry.
Miss Jones, let me wipe it clean. The chip is still stuck to the bandage here. Protect it here in this keepsake case. I'm sure we haven't lost any memories. I apologize for the final few minutes that'll be recorded there. If you wish, you may send it in and have them reimagined into a more peaceful denouement.
Thank you.
Here is your promised keepsake.
I'll cherish this.
What are you going to do with him?
Oh, he'll be recycled once we initiate his online presence. The Chinese would love to get their hands on one of these.
What if I told them what I saw?
I assume, miss, you'll be going back to the streets, where everybody and nobody will believe you. But if you'd like a Memorex, I'd be happy to prescribe.
They're great.
Why didn't you just have one of your own?
I did. He lays right there.
A hobby? A collectible?
What do you mean with accusations like that? Do you now value him less? One of my own? Weren't you just a moment ago thrilling at the idea of an artificial boyfriend?
I wouldn't have unplugged him.
If you love someone, let him go.
You are a horrible, horrible person. Selfish and horrible, you simple-minded, self-centered, spoiled...
No! I'm a pragmatist. I know my desires and I view the world with a cold, detached eye. And the world is still better for it. I loved him. I still do. And 20 years ago, I didn't dangle some pup from my breast and fancy he would hang there forever. In one generation, I'll be a story. In two, I'll be an epitaph. In 3 generations, I'll be an unlabeled photograph, a dissolving, unvisited stone. And the worms that fed on my flesh will already be going into generation 800. And believe me, it's going to be this way whether my boy is of my flesh or of my wallet. At least this way he can go to make even better products for the future, your generation. And I got to love him for a short time. And he loved me. And I will always get to see the world through his eyes. Young and fresh. And Mother was beautiful. Until you uglied it up at the end here.
I'm going to miss him.
I am too. The best years of my life.
He was the only person, or whatever, who ever made me feel worth something, you know? Like, I mattered. I know it sounds trivial, but out there on the streets, and the protests, and I know it's for something, but sometimes it's really, really cold.
And lonely.
Yeah, you're right. and lonely. I just felt like he got me, you know? But I guess that's programmed in.
Am I too old to get another one?
Miss Jones, I would not call you old. However...
I know. It's just that... I don't know.
Here, let me pull up this catalog. We do have, however, a new product, part of the very permanent revolution going on right now. It's called Little Orphan Andy. Essentially, you take in a refugee. We supply you with the plausibles and everything you need to be a hero. In so many ways, it's better for the older collector. Background story is easier to verify, and you don't need to do the gestation vacation the others require. And, look here. You get to choose race, color, essentially everything.
Oh my!
That's it. Here in the front. Young lady, here, would you like to take a look?
God, they are cute.
Stella, he was the most fun. Never a peep. Totally behaved and... Look, you loved him, right?
How much is this one?
Fukushima Daichii Toy and Novelty Company. Cast includes Keith Barrett Schron, Marrisa Weighknecht, Bill Lance, Mary M. Malmquist. It was produced and directed by C.F.Gould, adapted by J. Ferron Hiatt based on his play Fukushima Daichii Toy and Novelty Company. Sound and Foley designed by Sam X. Original music composed by Sam X. I'm J. Ferron Hiatt, and this is 40 Story Radio Tower. Thank you for listening.